let's move on. Let's stay in the ACC. Let's talk about Virginia Tech's Aeneas Pebbles. Nope, not Duke's Aeneas Pebbles. Virginia Tech's. That's right. He's transferring, as did a couple of those defensive linemen out of there. I believe Dwayne Carter, he went to the NFL. Am I correct in that? And
Yes.
then RJ Opens over at Notre Dame. So, but yeah, sure. RJ Opens a name, right? Dwayne Carter's a name. Aeneas Pebbles should be a name, man. He was unbelievable last year.
He was really, really good. He was this was this like this went way too under the radar. And we've talked about this a little bit this offseason.
Yes.
This went way
Yes.
too under the radar for a team, by the way, Virginia Tech, who's like a couple pieces away with bringing back all that talent back that they had from another step up, right? From Brent Pry. And now you get Aeneas Pebbles on top of that to be in that interior of the D line. Who you're going to need that in this conference here in the ACC. And your parent, yes, he's not the biggest dude. He's not gonna, be an elite run stopper for you. But against the pass rush, him and Antoine Powell Ryland, like those, him coming off the edge, and then you got Fuga coming stuff in the middle. It is awesome. I mean, what they did, they identified a need and they identified a person that they wanted to fit their scheme and whatnot. And yeah, it's awesome. He's got nice twitch, real nice twitch, and he can use that twitch and that leverage. He's 6'1". He's pretty short, right? But he's got a good get off. He can use that in the run game, shoot some gaps. But I mean, sometimes it doesn't always work. But regardless, so I still think he's an impact player for you.
All right. Stop me when you hear a really good offensive line that he's going to be playing against. Vanderbilt, Marshall, Old Dominion, Rutgers, Boston College, Duke, Virginia, Syracuse. I mean, look, there's a couple of decent ones in there, right? But like the point is that this schedule, and we've talked about this with Virginia Tech so many times, their schedule is very favorable this year. And it's even more favorable for Aeneas Peebles to absolutely freaking pop off. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, and they just got Curtis Perry from Alabama too as a young guy. Pebbles can kind of help with that development as well, but they don't need him to play right now because Peebles and um, Copeland and Fuga, those guys, like they've done a really good job, right? They've done a really good job. It's exciting, like you said. Oh man, I absolutely agree. We
Yeah,
also want to talk about it's not just like D linemen, like these guys make plays. Like you're not gonna like hear them on these like talk shows or yada 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 preview magazines, but these come October, come November, People's is gonna make some plays for Virginia Tech. Sorry about that.
yeah, not Vatek. Come on.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. What is it? VTI would have been acceptable.
Absolutely.
Virginia Tech would have been acceptable. We don't say
Yeah.
Vatek here
And
anymore.
here's the thing too. Like he could come back and I mean he had 5 sacks last year, which is a lot for interior defensive lineman, right? On a pretty productive defensive front last year for Duke. I mean, 5 sacks again is not a disappointment at all. That'd be really, really nice boost for this defensive line.
Yeah, was he first team all ACC, I believe? Yeah. Stud.
Something like he was
Stud.
also the spring football MVP for Virginia Tech. Excuse me, spring football MVP. He got there right there in winter. Showed up, took care of business. Graduate transfer. Like this is his last year. He wants to cash in. He wants to play for an ACC title. He wants to go to the NFL draft. Like it was
Yeah.
him and Byron Murphy were like the two highest graded, pass rushing DTs. And if you know anything about our show, you know how much we loved Byron Murphy last year. And he was a first round pick this year, the Seahawks. And yeah, and not that he's gonna have that kind of rise or that kind of impact, in terms of just like taking over games, leading into the playoffs and whatnot. But I, regardless, I still think it's pretty telling about PFF has him up there, right there with Byron Murphy.
Yeah. It's similar build to Byron Murphy too, by the way, which you don't have to be a gigantic human specimen to do wreckage in the interior. All right, 6'1", 290. I mean, say he gets to 300. I mean, that's like small-ish, I guess, but like he can still cause havoc. Byron Murphy did it. Aaron Donald did it, right? Like you just got to be a talented athlete with good hands, good feet, great first step, and some power. And I think Aeneas Pebbles has got a lot of that. certainly room for improvement though. But and we're gonna see it this year. We're gonna see it 100%.